What's going on YouTube? Another Friendly Gamer here, and we're bringing something different, and yes, that is Artifact Assault. So many people play this game, and I always wondered why, because initially, to tell you the truth, I wasn't a huge fan of Artifact Assault. If anything, I'd always try to avoid it. Like, especially if the matchmaking would put me in that kind of game, I'd sometimes rage quit because I just didn't know how to play the game. But as common sense hit me in the face on an awesome Friday morning, I realized that it's the most straightforward game mode that there is. You can either play defense or offense. The offense is a bit more complex. And when I mean complex, I mean extremely simple. You could either run at the artifact and run the hell back, or you could be stealthy and win that game with style and class. And you can walk away with that victory smiling and not feeling cheap. I will highlight the fact that I do use gun eventually in this game, and I regret it a lot. I made a promise to myself that I won't use gun ever again in any game mode because it's very cheap. If someone took all their time and wasted all their abilities to outsmart you, and you use gun on them, that's completely unfair. You're pretty much abusing the entire purpose of the game, and that's stealth. And you should be rewarded if you are using stealth, or in another case, you could just run at the artifact, but you're still outsmarting people because that's another factor of the game, is free running. You know what I mean? So that's the promise I made, and if I ever upload a video with gun, it won't happen, guys, because I'm not gonna use it. Anyways, that's enough about my little chit chatter. This is more about a story, and this story is an elementary story. To be more specific, it's February, month of love, an elementary love story that has gone completely wrong. I'm not joking in any matter. It went and enjoy the awesomeness of that sound effect. And that's exactly what it was. It was indeed that sound. It was such a crappy ending for me that I moved on, and I actually kind of learned something from it. So, anyways, let's get to it. So, this was a while ago, so me as a person, I changed from that. But back then, I was a shy, really timid kind of guy. I had close friends, and that was basically the people that I hung out with. But the cool thing is that my closest friend back then was best friend with a really, really attractive girl. She was cute, she was adorable, she was so active. She'd be in dance, and she was just awesome. And as soon as I started talking to her and I was introduced to her, I heard birds and like bells, and everything was just going right in such a way that when I said hi, I was nervous. Back then, I still remember I was nervous and sweating. And yeah, it was just awful times. I did not have the experience to talk to girls. There's the gun. Isn't that so awful of me? Anyways, I'm such a coward. Anyways, back to the topic. This girl was basically, in other words, out of my league. She was top-notch girl, but you know, in the stereotype kind of thing that girls can be the mean girl, you know what I mean? That's basically what she was, the entire opposite. She was popular. I mean popular in the context where she was very appreciated, and she wasn't mean. That's what I loved so much about her. But she was best friend with my best friend, so technically I guess we weren't true brosifs if he had a girl best friend, but they were never to the point where they wanted a relationship. They were just that, like, the friend zone kind of thing that was awesome for them, and they made it work, and it was really cool. And yeah, enough about that. So there was basically me, the timid guy, the beautiful girl that had an awesome name. Just to bring that up, she had an awesome name. For privacy reasons, I'm not going to share that name because she might not enjoy the fact that I bring up her name. She lives quite far away from me, so I doubt she's going to run into this video anytime soon. But anyways, yeah, so the entire story starts off when I'm introduced to this girl, and things go completely right for me after that, because when we started talking, we couldn't stop talking. It just happened that we hung out, us three, more than I hung out with my friend. which made it look like I was maybe using my friend, which I really wasn't. There was never any intent to use my friend, because my friend, he was just such a nice guy and so giving that he deserved more than that. And I made sure as soon as I caught to my mistake of hanging out always with the girl and him, I made sure just to make the push to tell him that I really appreciate what he's doing for me, because he was so helpful for me. Like, he was an awesome Lego builder, and I was not as skilled in the Lego talent. So he was definitely helping me out with that, and we had a really good bond, me and him. But anyways, back to the story. Me and the girl and him, that's basically the foundation of the entire thing. That was cheap too. Look at that gun. Okay, stop getting sidetracked. Okay, so we were pretty much friends, and that's how it was for a long time. I liked this girl for about 3 months, and after 3 months, that's when she started mentioning that she might be interested in me. But she never told me, like, face to face, that she was interested in me. It was always my friend that told me, oh dude, this girl might be interested in me. And I was like, oh, really? You actually think so? What makes you say that? And then that's basically the entire conversation, me stuttering and being amazed that this girl might be interested in me. So that's basically the entire thing for a while. It was just basically us teasing each other, that because she knew that I liked her, but she was basically teasing me, saying, oh, I might be interested in you. And she was giving some signals that she might be interested. And that's what I hated about it, because I felt like I was probably being played. But me being so young, I was definitely so naive. But comes Valentine's Day, where everything goes wrong. Valentine's Day, that specific Valentine's Day was so important for me because this might sound really nerdy, but it's a cool fact about me. I play piano, and I played piano somewhat competitively because I entered a competition recital for Valentine's Day, and the song I chose to play was an actual love song for the piano. It was definitely like a classical love touch to it, so it was definitely interesting how that brought up. But the thing is, on Valentine's Day, when your kids, the big thing is to give everyone cards and give everyone chocolate. This girl gave me a card, but attached to it was one of those candies that has writing on it. And this writing was a thing that changed it all. That is the most douchey gun I've ever used, but it didn't work, so everything's good, but I still regret using it. Anyways, on Valentine's Day, she gave me this card. Attached to it was the kind of candy that has writing on it. And the writing on this candy was 2 words that messed with my mind so much that it drove me insane. Pure insanity, and I'm not kidding you. Because the words that it said on this candy was, I'll wait. So I'll wait could be so many things, to be honest. I'll wait could be, I'll wait for your move. I'll wait because I'm not ready. I'll wait because I might be interested in someone else. There was equally ways to think of it positive than think of it negative, so it drove me insane. And the 3 hours at school, I was panicking. At lunch, I got the candy, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Nothing made sense to me. I lost everything. My mind just blanked. That's how invested I was in this girl for something that could have been a potential relationship, which wasn't logical. You should never invest fully onto a girl unless you've been dating for about a year and you know each other extremely well. But that wasn't the case for me and her. So she gave me this candy, and that's where everything went well. So as I mentioned earlier, was that piano recital. So I'm basically panicking because I forgot my notes. I forgot I had a piano recital that entire day. I was wondering why I was wearing a shirt and tie that day. Was I wearing a shirt and tie? I don't know. I wear a shirt and tie a lot, but I believe I was probably dressed up formally in some manner. But yeah, I forgot my notes. I forgot everything. But 30 seconds before I performed, I managed to convince myself that, hey, maybe that positive possibility was the one that got me. And that's the thing that pretty much changed my entire focus, and as soon as I thought of that, I was totally convinced that it could be positive, and that was the thing that drove everything possible. I was like, maybe this girl, she's waiting for my move. So it turns out that she really didn't, and the way I found out was 2 years ago when she messaged me on Facebook saying, "Oh wow, you've changed so much, you actually got really good looking now." And as soon as she said that, bam, I knew she was playing me, and that's the worst way to go out. But anyways, you move on, and that's the end of my video.